Attention hobbyists, sports fans, and collectors nationwide and abroad. It's time to get hype. Come on. About the hobby we are all a part of. Live from the Mojo Break Studios, it's Dan and Doug. Come on! So, get hype. Be hyped. This is The Hype.
What is going down, everybody? It's time for The Hype, episode number 127, coming at you. It's February. We're having a great time in this hobby. Things are going well. We're going to talk about them today. But first off, make sure you follow us at MojoBreak_com on Twitter, at MojoBreak_com on Instagram. And if you want to get into a break, you don't want to buy a box because box prices are crazy. You want to get into a break, MojoBreak.com. All of our breaks are guaranteed to break, and there's a schedule so you know when things are going down. We do hockey, we do baseball, we do basketball, we do football, and we do entertainment stuff. So we got a lot of stuff going on the site, lots of pre-sales, so you can try to get the Pelicans in some upcoming breaks like Select, which I believe they're available on that, and all the hot releases that are coming out. So today's show, we're going to talk about a polar bear card that went for a lot of money. We are going to talk about, are we approaching another big bubble burst comparable to the junk wax era? Because it's been the topic of conversation. There's been shows that have run in these stories because the money in this industry is so crazy right now. Cards are going for insane amounts. So, but before I get started, and I'll mention a couple times, I'll let people filter in. So for charity, if you guys want to see me eat one of the hottest chips known to man, we are going to, what you got to do is we got to get $100 donated through YouTube chat. What we're going to do is we're going to donate that to the Kobe Foundation, and you guys are going to see me eat this chip, one chip challenge. It says, it's straight from hell, do you dare? After this, hell should be easy. That's what it says. It's one chip.
It's a bad idea.
So donate in that YouTube chat. If we get to $100, I will eat this at the end of the show, and we'll have a conversation. And I got a pretty high tolerance for spicy stuff, so I think I'll be all right.
That's what everybody says.
I think I'll be all right.
I got this. No, you don't.
I got it.
No.
Blowhard, what's going on?
It's good. Whatever you say, I agree with. I just want to make people happy. How you doing, C-Rad?
I'm with you, Dan.
I agree. I agree.
The sun is shining. We all agree.
I agree. I absolutely. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Whatever you say, Doug, you're right.
Hey, Dan, get out of that chair. C-Rad, come over here.
You're right. I should get out of here. We should change it up. I agree. Again, another thing I agree with. We need to switch up. We need to get me out of the seat. I'm just taking up space, and my opinions are terrible. Terrible opinions.
If you like Dan's opinion, hit us up on Twitter, #DanFan. DanFan. #DanFan. Say, I love Dan's opinion. I love his Windex. I love his kombucha. I love his kale eating. So, #DanFan. I was thinking coming up with one for myself, maybe Doug's Thugs. And we got Doug's Thugs? No? That doesn't work. So, but for right now, if you love what Dan says, #DanFan. Or if you just want to just talk some crap and get on the show, #whatever.
I think we figured out a way to get on the show. I think
it makes for good conversation.
It does,
I love
it. It does.
And that's the whole purpose of the show, to get you guys talking. So we have people tweeting us, talking crap about Dan. We love it. We absolutely love it because it's just something to talk about, and we know you guys are listening.
I did see a Patrick Mahomes NT auto relic go for $51,000. Somebody sold it a couple days ago. Probably a good time to sell it, right? $51,000. You wouldn't sell it for $51,000?
Depends on how badly you need the money. Depends on how badly you need the money.
Dude, I don't know anybody who couldn't use an extra $51,000 of spending cash.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people who have a couple Zions. That would equal $50,000.
But dude, $51,000. It's a good time to sell. It's a good time to sell. Bounce.
We do have a podcast, and obviously you guys that are in the live chat are watching the video version, so we have two different versions of the show. Some of our biggest polls of the week. We actually got two hockey Well, one of the pictures has more than one hockey card, but we hit a Jack Hughes on Monday out of Allure. If you're not familiar with hockey, the great thing about hockey cards is right now it's not overly, jumped into like basketball. So you can get boxes at a fairly good price. You can get good teams. You can hit good rookies like Jack Hughes. Today, in a Series 1 case, in the next slide, we hit Cale Makar's Young Guns, which is comparable to Silver Prisms or Update Rookies for baseball. We hit 2 Cale Makars, and then we also hit a clear-cut Cale Makar. So the Avalanche spot, man, they just destroyed it. And then C-Rad over the weekend, Zion Mania, hit the blue number to 59, Redemption, rated rookie. So what do you think that's worth, C-Rad? What do you think that's going to go for?
5 to 7.
5 to 7. Now, that could be $5. That could be $7. It could be $5,000. It could be $500. It could be $7,000. It could be $7 million.
70 cents.
Could be 70 cents, but
probably not. So yeah, that was a big Zion pull, and it's things are crazy. Chris has got the $5 Mojo. $5. We only have 94.
Chris has 5 on it.
5 on it. Grab that Mojo and let's eat this chip. But once again, if you're just joining the chat, if we hit $100 in the YouTube chat, which we're at $5 already, I will eat this spiciest chip of all time, and you can see me take it like a man on camera. So, yeah, I'm probably not even gonna skip a beat.
Yeah,
and we'll full screen it for you guys too, so you get the full experience.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, 'cause,
I didn't sign off on that one.
yeah, I'm not jumping on that grenade, man.
Dan, maybe we'll have to raise up the ante for you. Get all the Dan fans
Ooh,
involved.
it's gonna take more than 100 bones to get me to eat that chip.
Well, it's for Kobe.
I get
Kobe's
it. I get it. I don't do well with spicy stuff, and this isn't just like the mild spicy packet at Taco Bell. This is like
I can vouch for that. You don't.
I'm with Dan. I told Dan he should not do it.
Yeah,
because I've done it recently, and it's the worst thing I ever did in my life.
I will seriously have to go to urgent care.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't want that. I got a Machine Head concert I got to go to on Friday.
Select decks. You got Select. You got to break some Select football.
Yeah, that's right.
Which comes out today, by the way, and we got some breaks today. Select football looks pretty good.
Nice, Jeff. Nice.
Jeff in the chat says Dan's had worse things in his mouth for sure. So yeah, maybe probably Chicago pizza.
Ooh. Oh, Chicago Mexican food.
Oh man. But anyways, so there was a Pete Alonso card out of 2020 Topps, which we opened a few cases of, that does not have Pete Alonso on the card.
Is this real?
Yeah. So
Shout out
they
to
have
Blitz.
a super short printed polar bear variation where it actually has a picture of a polar bear on the card. And at recent auction, just ended right before Valentine's Day, not last Thursday, $1,300 for a card with an animal on it. Did somebody overpay, or was that not enough, Dan, on the polar bear?
Whew. How short printed, Doug? And first off, before I give my opinion, what do you think? Do you think it was? Think it's enough money? You think it was too like? what do you think? Good investment?
It wasn't enough, and it was too much.
It was. Yeah, I agree. I agree with what you said.
I just want to know how hard it was for Pete Alonso to get in that suit.
I'll tell you what. However many cases, 325 cases that we did at the million card rip party, nobody pulled one of those.
Nobody pulled one.
So, it's definitely, I would say SSP. What do you think?
Yeah.
Safe to say, maybe 10 copies.
Maybe throw a couple other S's in there, like SS.
10 copies, maybe 25 copies. You also got to remember how many hobby cases are out there that haven't been busted. Yeah. And there was another golden ticket pulled from Teammates.
Oh, yes.
And that was actually pulled out of the hobby. And remember, there's 25 golden tickets in Series 1 and 25 golden tickets in Series 2. So they're not all going to be coming out of Series 1.
Right. But all the polar bears should come out of Series 1.
I don't know. Are we still talking about the polar bear?
We are. And I just want to know, are you optic-wise, if you're a Pete Alonso, if you're a Pete Alonso fan, Do you want this card in your PC?
I want to know, did they talk to the polar bear to see if they can use its likeness in that photo?
They probably had to contact the WWF.
The WWF?
Yeah.
The World Wildlife.
Yeah, see what I did there?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Not Vince McMahon, but the WWF. I
Do
don't
you,
know.
are you saying do you want a card in your Pete Alonso PC that doesn't have Pete Alonso
Correct.
on it?
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, because if they made one that was like Pablo Sandoval and it was a panda, I'd want that.
I don't know. I mean, I do like men on my cards. I don't know about animals. I'm not in the collecting the animals game.
I think it's cool.
It's cool, Chase.
Props to Topps. I like it.
You know, if you remember back in 2012, they did come out with the Rally Squirrel card that was the bee's knees at the time. I think it was a little not quite as SP as this, but if you follow recent sales of the Rally Squirrel card, they go for about $70. They were coming out the gate at $400 or $500. So I don't know if initially this price is going to hold, but yeah, it's interesting. And at first I thought maybe somebody customized this thing. So anyways, yeah, a $1,300 polar bear card. That's something new for this hobby.
I don't think it stays at that price though. Actually, I think there's already been a couple that have popped up, and I think that's the highest one. I think they've also sold for like $800.
Yeah, they've gone down a little bit. Well, I wanted to tell you one of my biggest gripes. I've been buying cards lately. Dan's been buying cards lately as well. And something that just I'm tired of seeing is printing plates. I am absolutely done with printing plate cards. It's stupid. They look terrible. There's more than one of them, even though they're stamped 101. There's always 4 of them. I think they need to be done. Maybe they can just sell them direct. But a lot of times you can't even make out what player it is. It's just, why put these in packs? And a lot of times they're taking the place of a hit. I mean, if you didn't see DJ Moore's signature on here, you wouldn't even know that it's DJ Moore. Go to the next one. Can you guys guess who this next player is? Who is that?
Haskin.
Colin Kaepernick?
C-Rad's correct. It is. It is Haskins.
I was
Yeah,
I saw the 7.
Yeah, it's Haskins. Can't even tell what it is. Would you want to show that to your friends? Like, hey, I got a 101.
Yeah, but there's a story behind the printing plate. Wait a second. Never mind. I agree.
No, tell us how you really feel.
No. You're right. You're right. Printing plates are dumb.
I agree.
Yeah, you agree?
I
You
agree.
Yeah, get rid of printing plates. Whatever Doug said.
I don't know. I mean, it looks dumb, and a lot of times it takes place of a hit, and I mean, that's Noel V. Marte, but do you know? Could it not be? I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. It's just, it's like a badly made card.
But without the printing plate, you don't have the card.
Right, but do we need to have what manufactured the card in the box? Are we going to start putting the knives that cut the cards in the box?
You know, it's a good point. What if they started selling printing plates direct on their site?
Right, there you go. And then the rainbow collectors can just go there and get it instead of the guys that just want to see card regular like me.
I like that idea, Doug. It's a good idea.
Oh, man, I'm getting so much
That
love
is a
from
good
Dan.
idea.
It's a great idea.
God, Dan's making me feel warm and fun. I might beat
Super
this
good
chip with
idea.
only $5 donated. I feel so good about myself today.
You just
pumping up my ego. It
There's
feels great.
everything you say is correct.
Feels great, baby. Once again, if you guys just joined the chat, so we're doing it for the Kobe Charity Foundation. The hottest chip in the world, apparently, it's the Carolina Reaper. Packy? Is that how you say it?
I'm actually not sure how to say that, the company's name.
After this, hell should be easy. So what we're doing is you got to donate. We got to get to $100. We're already $5 there, thanks to Chris. You got to donate money through the chat, and then we're going to donate that money to the Kobe Vanessa Bryant Foundation. And I'm going to eat this chip.
What if they don't know how to
air.
donate through the chat? Can they send it straight through the PayPal?
Yeah, they could. There's actually just a little money symbol down there at the end of the chat. So there's a smiley emoji face, and then there's a show your support for Mojo Break thing, and you could actually put like a message on there too. So if you wanted to say like Chicago Mexican food's the best or something like that.
You need 20 people, 5 each, and then Doug's gonna be suffering for the next
5 each
few hours.
Yeah, I
Guarantee.
mean,
It's actually hours of entertainment because you could hang around for the next break and you just watch them struggle.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to donate. Maybe not.
I think Doug's saying don't donate. His mind is saying don't. Please donate and help Kobe's charity. His heart is saying please don't donate.
I like the fact that Doug just seems super confident that it's not going to be that hot. I can guarantee that it's going to be the hottest thing you've ever had.
So it's like optic basketball then.
Yeah, but not allocated.
I don't have any milk either, so no, I'd just be water, and I'm drinking a Rockstar currently. So, but yeah, we'll see. We only got $5 there, so it doesn't look very promising, guys. You guys don't want to see me eat this chip? That's fine. That's fine.
The great Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
If we make it up to 200, will I eat 2?
I got another one.
I don't know.
We actually have 3.
Oh,
I've already done it, so I told Doug I'll take a piece. Because I've already done a full one myself for no money, mind you, no donations to charity or nothing, just because I'm an idiot.
Just for the joy?
I'm an idiot.
For the joy?
Yeah, for the love of the game.
For the love of the game.
It will break you, Jeff says. So yeah, I just wanted to share my disdain for printing plates. If any of you are listening and you agree, go on Twitter or Instagram and say hashtag I hate printing plates too. I want to see.
Hashtag no more printing plates.
No more plates. And then
No
maybe
more
we'll get
plates.
some eyeballs on it, and maybe they'll print different cards. Now, there was one idea back in the day for black gold that they actually encased the printing plate, and that looked a little bit better.
So what do you say about Dan's favorite product, printing plates and patches then?
See, they call it plates. Well, yeah, because, I mean, they put printing plates in that product.
The majority of them go into that
They
product.
go into that product.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of how they would
but
do
not
it.
back in the day.
And they do the
Not when
same.
it came
but they
out.
do the same thing with NT basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the printing plates go in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're kind of switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think back
Well,
in
I mean, do you want them just to throw them away?
2010 is when plates and patches first came out. And I think back then there wasn't a whole lot of plates out there. Now we've gotten to the point where there's just so many plates. And I don't mind them being a one-on-one. I hate the way they look. It looks terrible. It's a terrible looking card.
What I would like for them to stop doing is to take away autograph content. Put an autograph on there. I think the printing plate should be just the printing plate by itself.
I could maybe
and
get behind that.
and not do the relics. I know triple threads. It's kind of been a staple. The
white whale.
The white whale. But I could actually go without that as well. I could just stop doing the relics in there. Just make the printing plate what it is.
I mean, it could be a WB moment for me. I just have seen too much. I have seen, and
You are going to be a WB later.
Well, I got $95 to go. It doesn't seem like it's happening. But yeah, WB on the printing plates. I've seen too many. I search one-on-ones. I don't want to see a printing plate anymore.
Conrad sold me when he told me it hurt when you pee, so that kind of sold me against it. That means that your insides are melting.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a cleanse.
Maybe.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Nobody's
it's still
ponying up.
Still early.
Nope. Show's over. See you guys later.
Show's over. Done.
We got 30 minutes. There's hope.
There's hope. All right. So, if you guys haven't seen this yet, this came across courtesy of Watch the Breaks on Twitter. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the razzing industry. I'll give it a basic breakdown of razzing. So if you have a Zion card that you want to sell for $1,000, you get 10 people together, and 10 people put in $100, and then somebody goes on a randomizer, and one person wins $1,000 for $100, and 9 other people get nothing. So it is flat out gambling, and it's a very popular way of selling cards. A lot of people participate. A new low happened when somebody went and razzed off or tried to razz off puppies.
Those are hella cute puppies, by the way.
Puppies. 10 spots, $320 for French bulldogs. You get the pick of the litter. So, yeah. So
But you only get one.
You only get one.
And there's not 4 winners. There is one winner.
There's one winner.
And the one winner gets to pick whichever one they want, right? They get like, it's like a draft.
Yeah.
They get the first pick in the draft.
Get the Zion of puppies.
Get the Zion of puppies. And the first thing that comes to my mind, besides it being absolutely illegal, is the shipping. And again, there's probably a way to ship live animals. Don't know how to do it. I don't. You obviously can't put the dog in a box and put a label on the box.
Flat rate.
Can't do it. Because I mean, FedEx comes in, they're like, your box is barking. Like, you can't do that. So what do you do? Like, that's a serious question. There has to be shipping companies that ship live animals, right? Mm-hmm. There has to be, right?
I don't think you can ship live animals. I think you have to get on a plane with a live animal. There may be a company that gets on a plane for you.
Like a person?
Yeah.
Like an escort? Like I'm gonna escort your puppy?
It says person is responsible for shipping or pickup.
Shipping. See? Shipping. There probably is a way to ship a dog.
But what if it has to go to the bathroom? It's a puppy. It's going to go to the bathroom like every 2 hours.
Is there like a van service that like they just pick up a bunch of dogs
like
and you
Lloyd Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serious question though. Like it says shipping not included. Is shipping an option? And
Max says you can ship pets.
yeah, I figured that I know it's kind of I feel like because I don't have a pet. I never purchased a pet. And I know there's a lot of money in like specific breeds of pets, dogs and
Apparently
cats and
this
stuff like
one.
that. Yeah, apparently that one. But I mean, that is that dog worth $3,200?
I think so. I think they go
Yeah?
for $3,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But we're raffling. Let's say it that way, because that's the root of the word. One of you guys wonder why people call it razz? Because raffles are illegal. So if you put raffle in any kind of payment or any kind of term, or if you accept payment for a raffle, that's one way to get your PayPal shut down. So don't ever do that. They call it razz. And I mean, where does this stop? I mean, you know, where are we going to razz cars? Are we going to razz
Kidneys?
Yeah, you said kidneys. I mean, that's a possibility. You only need one. I mean, if you really need the money, you could probably razz off your kidney.
Dude, it could happen.
Your hair? Maybe an eyeball? Maybe you only need one. You could see out of one eye. I don't know.
But are you gonna remove the eyeball yourself? You gonna go to a doctor and be like, need you to go ahead and remove one of my kidneys? They're like, why? Oh, I razzed it off.
Yeah, put it on ice.
I razzed it off last night in a Facebook group.
I'm trying to buy that Zion RPA, so I gotta sell my kidney to get one.
What else can you? What else? What? I mean, there's probably stuff for sure that we're missing. I think I've heard people razzing off motorcycles, like Harley Davidsons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've actually heard that. I'm assuming if people are willing to razz off Harley Davidsons, they're probably razzing off cars. Maybe houses?
Why is it illegal? Jeff, I mean, it's illegal because it's a raffle, and I think when you actually start,
it's
usually live beings. It's kind of, I feel personally that it's like tasteless.
Well, why is raffling illegal? It's like non-sanctioned gambling.
Well, he says, I mean, who is it hurting? Only the IRS.
I mean, but to be a pet owner, don't they have to, like, if you go to adopt a dog, isn't there a process to that? You can't show up and be like, I live in a 300 square foot apartment that doesn't allow pets. I'd like to adopt a Saint Bernard. The adoption agency is probably gonna be like, well, that doesn't really seem like it's a good fit.
I don't know. It's not like adopting a human, but I mean,
no, dude, there has to be some kind of process to go through
well, it depends on the state. No, you don't need anything for a dog. They don't care where you live, where it's going. They don't.
If you walk in, you're like, I'm gonna adopt the dog. I've never taken care of anything in my life. I have no idea.
Well, a dog's a place to start as opposed to a child.
But I'm gonna get a 200-pound dog.
Maybe a plant first, actually.
maybe.
Make sure you can take care of a plant.
And they're gonna be like, "Can you walk this dog?" No, I don't walk around.
I don't really walk my dog.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to walk your dog.
You are, but it's hard.
It's hard?
Yeah.
Especially if you have a big dog.
Jeff says, Dan, anyone can get pregnant too.
Wait. I thought there was some type of like vetting process to go through being
no, but there is
an owner of a live animal.
No, but as a seller, though, they do have to, because I know my mom used to breed dogs, you have to have a paperwork to make sure that the pedigree is real, because people don't want to have dogs that are mixed breeds for that price. Obviously, people have mixed breed dogs, but if you're trying to sell a dog for $3,000, it has to have the proper paperwork. Kind of like a COA in a sense in this industry to compare it to cards.
A COA?
Yeah, it has to have like proof that this dog, the mom was full bred, the dad was full bred.
So I get a dog and I send it to PSA?
James Spence.
You just take a little detour. So I had to go pick up the dog, and then I'm going to drop by the Southern California PSA office, get it certified.
Yeah.
Maybe get a little hologram sticker on it.
Yeah, maybe a little barcode put on there and could PSA register. But anyways, moving on. This was another fun topic, talking about how much money is in this industry and how much some of these Zion cards are going for. This is a legit question. It may sound stupid, but it's actually a legitimate question. It's from Pat Geek, which I recommend following on Twitter. Has some good convos going on at Pat Geek on Twitter. Would you rather open a box of 1920 NT basketball and pull a Zion vertical RPA or a redemption for a 2020 Tesla Model 3? What would you rather have?
Well, let's start with you, Doug.
Let's start with C-Rad.
Let's start with you, C-Rad.
Wow.
Tessie Whip.
So if
or Xeon.
So this is basically asking, would you rather have a 99 Zion RPA or a Tesla?
Yes.
It doesn't matter about the opening
And basically, I think why he's saying that, because we're assuming that the Zion RPA number to 99 is going to be the same price as a Tesla Model 3.
Right. Okay. Just speaking hypothetically.
No, real life.
I want the Zion RPA.
Yeah.
I want the Zion RPA.
Well, my thing is the Tesla's going to devalue in a year. There's no doubt the Tesla in 5 years is going to be worth half the price of how much you got it that it's worth at the time you pulled it.
Yeah, the Tesla is nice.
Isn't there a chance the Zion could devalue as well? Not that I don't agree with you. But isn't there a chance that the Zion could also devalue?
Well, maybe.
Absolutely.
I would like to see, honestly, which one devalues more. I wish I had like a chart graph that basically we could do what we were watching today with the record sales, just with a like time lapse Zion RPA and Tesla whip.
That would be awesome to see.
But yeah, so C-Rad, you'd go
I'm Zion RPA.
you go Zion over
all day.
because you go out to a party or a club. The ladies are gonna dig the Zion vertical RPA over the Tessie whip, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
And that was my
Yeah.
well, no, seriously, that's my. Well, we're for the bet.
First of all, Tesla doesn't get any chicks.
No.
That's number one.
Yeah.
But in terms of impressing a chick,
But having a car, like, if you're all, hey, do you have a card? No, I got a basketball card.
I think she might be impressed with how much the card is worth more than the car.
Dude,
Exactly. It's like a Rolex.
I mean, I agree, but you're tripping.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's like 1 out of every 5 drivers around here have a Tesla.
Yeah, the Bay Area is so normal
It's
to see a
like,
Tesla.
okay.
It's like
it's like a
Can't
Civic.
drive-
they're
you can't-
very unimpressive. But
You can't
however,
drive your Zion. You can't drive your Zion card to work so you can get paid.
But I know places like Southern California where there's not as many. So Southern California is funny. Like the more expensive Teslas, the ones that are over $100,000, like people drive those around next to their Ferraris and next to their Porsches and all that stuff. So, other parts of that's not the Bay Area in America, probably like the Tessie whip's probably dope.
And real quick, guys, so I don't even know why I keep promoting this. You guys aren't doing it, so I might as well just let it go. But I will eat this chip, the hottest chip known to man.
One chip challenge.
The one chip challenge, and you will see me eat it during the show. But we got to get to $100 in YouTube. We've already got $5. We're going to donate it to the Kobe Foundation. So donate it. Go down to the chat where there's a little emoji. There's a little money sign. Donate whatever you can. If we get to $100, I will eat this chip. And I'll eat it like a man. I'm going to eat it, no problem,
As opposed
because I
to-
am an adult.
You're an adult man. An adult man's going to eat that chip.
I'm going to do it. I'm really setting myself up. I'm setting the bar high so that I won't even
You're
make a face.
$95 away, so it's probably not going to go down.
I know.
And again, it's for charity. We're going to donate it to the Kobe Bryant Foundation.
Yeah. No, I'm going to try to get my Tesla foundation going so I can buy one. No. But seriously, though, You wouldn't impress anybody with the you go to a Christmas party, you tell somebody that you bought a $70,000 card, and I think people are gonna be like,
You know what's funny?
this guy must have stupid money.
95% of the people, when you would say that exact phrase, they would think you're talking about a car anyway. If you're like, I bought a $70,000 card, they're like, oh, what kind of car did you buy?
Yeah, I know. You'd have to say.
So you might as well just say, bought a Tessie whip.
I remember saying that one
How
time.
about if you buy like the Tessie whip and you get like a custom paint job with the Zion logo man on it on the hood?
Then you'd be like Vegas Dave.
Dude, best of both worlds right there.
Got it, dude. Got
Yeah.
it, man.
Exactly.
But there's actually a current poll going on, and it looks like it's about 50-50 on what people would rather have, either a Tesla or a Zion RPA to 99.
You guys both went Zion, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are right. Zion it is. I agree. Zion vertical RPA over a functional car. Absolutely.
Well, see, I guess the situation depends on if you already have a car or not, though. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have a car, then maybe you take, so it's very hypothetical. If you don't have a car, you're probably going to go with the Tesla. If you've already got a pretty full functioning car, then you're probably going to go with the Zion.
Man,
It's very, very situation dependent.
hard to say it. I mean,
And you don't have to charge the Zion.
I mean, we're talking $50,000, like hypothetically $50,000 for that Zion RPA. What does he have to do to make it go up? I really only see it can go it going down. He could perform and not live up to that price point. What does he do? What does he have to do his second year to make it go up from that? It's an insane ceiling. It's starting at an insane ceiling.
He just has to be him. Oh, $25 long arms. Man, how close are we now? We're at $40. We're only $60 away now.
No, he just has to be him. That's
gotta
it.
be him.
It's got to be him.
Yep.
He has to go out there.
There's too many people invested at this point to let it go down.
Man.
And that's going to segue into our next segment.
I agree, but I don't agree.
So, for one, there's an eBay listing for a 1 of 5 black gold Zion Williamson that sold via auction for $3,900 ungraded. Looks like the guy took a picture of it on top of a weed vape pen. So hopefully you got that timely in the mail. So he wasn't, hitting the bong before he shipped that out. But $39,000 for a 1 of 5 non-autoed Zion card. That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. We never would have predicted it. And the Optic Hollows, so Optic just came out last week. We've been doing a ton of it. Everybody's been doing a ton of it. Everybody's been searching their retail establishments. It looks like those Optic Silver Hollows are hovering around $700 currently, ungraded. It's crazy. It is literally insane. You've got people questioning, can we continue going down this path? Will this industry be able to sustain the type of growth that we're receiving right now? Is there enough money between people that collect to keep this industry going? And I have some opinions. There's been some great shows that have came out that are talking about it. I recommend listening to the Breaker Culture podcast. They just did a show on, this whole bubble and what they think. Also, there was a PSA Collector that did a great little YouTube video, and I think I have those in the next couple slides. How to prepare for the coming pullback by Breaker Culture, and then PSA Collector talking about are we in a modern day junk wax era? And before we discuss, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Are we in a modern day junk wax era? So let that stew. Think about your answer, and think. Are we? So first off, I wanted to show you these numbers. We can go to the next one. So this is 3 months of sales of Zion autographs. So this is any list, and there could be some that were not really autographs.
How'd you get this data?
This is courtesy of Terapeak that you could sign up for. So in 3 months, there's been a total of $1.8 million in sales of just Zion autos. Zion. I should probably have searched Zion Williamson instead of putting Zion Auto.
So it's not even including parallels.
That's not even including parallels. And we know that that card I just showed before, it didn't have an autograph on it. So 1.8 million, 3,500 items sold in 3 months that had Zion Williamson auto on it. That's crazy.
What about if it said non-auto?
I guess that would go on there too.
In the
yeah,
title,
yeah.
So as long as it said auto in the title, then it would have been in there. But so you got to figure maybe 5 to 10% of that number may have been a non-autoed card. Because people do that a lot.
Yeah, they put non-auto.
Non-auto.
Yeah, exactly. Or the fake ones that sold are on there too that say Zion Auto on there.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
man, I wonder what the total is on fake Zion cards.
yeah,
I know there's a lawsuit going on right now between it's Panini and is it Collector Vault? Is that who it is?
Yes, that's one of them.
That's one of them. I wonder how much. I mean, they have to probably give over that information.
I would think so.
Would you say 6 figures?
That the guy made.
Yeah, 6
I mean,
figures
they're like-
in gross. I
A
mean,
couple dollars a card. I don't know. I mean, it would take a long time to get there. So
if it wasn't 6 figures, would it be worth? If it was below that, would it be worth Panini to go through all the trouble?
I think so.
I think it is. I think it's a lot more than we think.
Well, if you look on Amazon and you look at the sports card category on Amazon, the number one selling sports card is a fake Patrick Mahomes card.
Wow.
So, I don't know if Amazon's monitoring it as much as eBay is, and that's another thing with this industry. is
Amazon's the Wild West.
Yeah, it's $9.99 for this Super Bowl champion Patrick Mahomes card on Amazon. So we're getting some interesting input in the chat. Ryan says yes, modern day junk autograph era. I think it depends on the trend continues, producing more cases and raising prices. Each product they keep adding crap in. Chris says, I think the reason the junk wax era happened because too much of the same cards not worth anything. Now we have a ton of cards, but they are worth a lot of money. Jess says, if they keep doing this, there could be a break point that drives people out of this reversing old value. Long Arm says, just so many different products, though. It's hard to say it's the same. And Chris asked, what's the total at? I think we're at what, 60? I think we're $40 away from you eating this hottest so-called chip of all time.
$40, boys.
$40 away. The money goes
get
to
it.
the Kobe charity. We're trying to donate $100 to the Kobe charity via the live chat.
Hit that $sign on the YouTube chat.
Yeah, only $40 away. So, 8 people at $5. That's it. We got 32 people in the chat. So, but my opinion, I thought about this. So the biggest common denominator here for the junk wax era was, compared to now, is eBay. There was no eBay. There's absolutely no eBay then. So there was no way for people to buy cards unless they went into card shops or they went to card shows. You can't sit in your underwear and sell cards like you can nowadays. I can't be like watching my kid at a park and buying cards like I can do now. So I think that is the biggest difference in the eras. That's where I feel like you can't even compare it because you have a tool that is in front of everybody's face. That's accessible through any mobile device, that's accessible through any computer that you can go on anytime you want and search for a card or sell a card by taking a picture with your phone. That is a I don't want to say game changer, but that's a game changer. That's the reason, one of the biggest reasons we're in this boom is that we can trade cards, sell cards back and forth instantly.
No, and that's probably the main reason. I agree with that, Doug.
Or you gonna sell a funny PSA collector who used proof in the pudding in his video.
Proof in the pudding.
Oh, he did.
Oh,
And
man,
I stopped using that a while ago.
That's good. That's low hanging fruit. I think the issue is that so we've been riding a high in the last probably 4 years now. You have all these insanely hyped players in all these different sports, all these different categories for the sports card industry. Every release that comes out, every year, every sport, it's always going to be based around the rookies. That's where they're going to get all the autograph content. They have the NBA photo shoot, and they have the NFL rookie premiere, and they also have the NHL rookie photo shoot. And baseball, they usually do a lot of the stuff in spring training. We've been riding this high. Everything's been firing on all cylinders. We are at the mercy of a good draft class. So if you have a couple subpar draft classes, let's say there's a football that comes out. I mean, I always go back to 2013, but what if the first 5 picks are all linemen. That's not going to be good. That's not going to be good for the industry. It's not going to be very collectible. 2013 football was really, really, really bad, historically bad. Those products are super cheap, even now. Even now, when there's players who have come out of that draft class who have been the best in the league, like a D-Hop and a Zach Ertz, those prices are still really low. Football, you have to understand that quarterbacks drive the rookie market. Quarterbacks are key. With a good rookie quarterback class, football is going to do well. Basketball, if you have a generational talent that comes out in that draft class, it's going to push those products up. But it only takes a couple bad draft classes and people are going to lose interest. Yeah. They're going to move out of they're going to find another hobby. So it all goes in cycles. We're at a peak right now, and it can't keep going this way.
Well, see, and I disagree in a sense where I feel like you have to.
Well, I change what I'm saying then, because whatever you're going to say, I'm going to go back and I'm going to agree with you, because obviously we can't disagree anymore. We got to play nice. We got to.
No, we don't.
No, we do though.
Yeah,
absolutely. And one of the things to mention about that is that me and Dan, some of you may know this, some of you may don't. We've known each other since freaking sophomore year of high school. So, and I probably have spent the most time with him as a human being than anybody else in my life. So it's hard to agree on things when you've spent that much time with somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of comes natural most of the time. A lot of times he may be like pushing the envelope and trying to go the opposite opinion. But I think it's like I've hung out with Doug so much, I'm going the opposite way that Doug's going. Like if I tell him a movie's good, if I say, hey, this movie's bomb. And
movie sucks.
And then he comes back and he's like, oh, I hate that.
It's the worst movie I've ever seen.
So, yeah. So, that that's what happens.
What movie did you just go see?
Fantasy Island.
Sounds dumb.
So, but, see, long arms knows. But anyways, my opinion, back to the whole modern era, the modern era compared to the Junk Wax era as well, is those people that are buying the Zion cards. So there's always somebody that's buying that high card, right? So the person that bought a holo for $1,000, do you think in 2 months they're going to sell it for $50? That's where we're protected. I don't think people think about that. Is you're never going to sell that card. Now maybe they just don't sell, and maybe that hurts. But they're not going to unload cards for 20% of what they paid. They'd probably just hold on to it at that point. So I think that's something to think about as well. Is that somebody invests that much money in a player, they're not going to unload and devalue the whole market.
You could in 3 years though. You could in 4 years. I mean, sometimes don't you just want to get out of your investment, even if it's like you're taking a 30% loss on it?
Sometimes, but sometimes I'd rather wait for it to rebound.
I mean, think about how much money Derrick Rose cards were going for.
Yeah.
And if you still had them right now, and say you bought them at the peak, I guess if you have them right now, you're probably just going to hold on to them forever, right? But you're taking probably a 90% loss at this point.
But it's hard to compare Derrick Rose because he wasn't as heavily invested as
Derrick Rose is pretty damn good.
He was good, but they didn't make
Derrick Rose, you can make an argument for about a year or two, was probably one of the best players in the league.
I think he won. His hype was pretty big.
Didn't Derrick Rose win an MVP?
Yeah, he did. His rookie
They don't just hand those awards out.
Right? Yeah, his rookie hype was not obviously as big as LeBron's, but it was hovering around there when he was a rookie.
He won it.
Or when he was a rookie, and then when he started to become an MVP player.
Derrick Rose came into the league hyped, not Zion hyped, not LeBron hyped, but performed and won an MVP. Didn't win a title, won an MVP.
He was huge. He was huge for a few years.
And he was probably, like I said, one of the top 5 players, but he ended up having, as soon as he won that MVP, I think he ended up having injury problems.
Yeah.
Then it was hard
after that season.
It was hard for him to stay on the court, which that derailed his career.
His prices were crazy too.
Was anybody breaking back then? Nobody was breaking back then. There's like
people break dancing.
It's hard to compare it's hard to compare the eras because we have breaking now.
Yeah.
And if you actually look at statistics, and I'm interested to see, we're going to the Topps conference this Sunday. So out of the only 5% of baseball fans collect baseball cards. So what does that tell me? A lot of people don't know about it still.
Mm-hmm.
And, how many people do you know that are coming back into this hobby because of Zion? Because they see real money coming in. They see a real worth in these cards. We see cards that are doing better than stocks. And I know people hate to compare investments of cards because at its truest form, it's about collecting. It's not about selling. But that's what's doing it. That's what's getting people in is people are hearing about this, and it's not a kid's game anymore. We're starting to erase the junk wax era. So it's not fair to compare the junk wax era to now because it's a completely different thing. With eBay, with the amount of different variations, with the amount of products with the one-on-ones. Yeah, now there may be like a Zion Absolute rookie auto that may be worth $150 now that's going to be worth, $75 in 2 years, but that's not a pivotal Zion card, right? So there may be some of those lower end brands that aren't Prism or Optic or National Treasures that may suffer from it. But I think there's so much more room for growth in this hobby. Now, whether it's going to be good for us or bad for us, I don't know. But I'm just saying, if only 5% of the baseball card fans collect baseball cards, then there's an imbalance in people who collect compared to people who watch the sport.
Baseball collectors are a different breed, though. It's you're definitely in it for the long haul. You start collecting them 3 to 4 years before a lot of the times they even make their major league debut. Casual fans don't really know, for the most part, how their own farm system is doing. A lot of them don't even pay attention that far. They pay attention to who's on the field for their team, who's on the major league squad. They don't really pay attention to who's coming up in the minors, where the 5% of the collectors who collect baseball cards, that's what they do. They really do pay attention. Because if you're collecting baseball cards, you're probably prospecting and you're probably collecting players who may be 3 to 4 years away from being on a major league squad.
Right. Well, this guy in this video, he had a really good data on PSA Collector. He compared the amount of graded cards of the Frank Thomas from Topps, the 91 Chipper Jones, and then he compared the numbers for the 2018 update Ronald Acuna. So there was I think 12. You have to watch the video. It's under PSA Collector. It's a must watch. So I don't know if my numbers are exactly on point, but it was the Chipper Jones was there was 12,000 in the pop report. The Frank Thomas was 13,000, and the Ronald Acuna was 15,000. So he's saying not all the 18 update boxes are open. So we're running into reproduction or overproduction. Running into overproduction. We almost got banned from YouTube there. Because that number's so high and not all of it's been open. But my whole thing with that is not as many people graded cards back then because they didn't know about it. So there's probably a lot of stuff that's not graded.
That's also the issue with, and everybody's saying this in the chat, and I agree. In the junk wax era, you had one release. And they made probably 1 million cards of each subject. And you didn't, besides inserts, you didn't really have any parallels to chase. There was no chase.
Right.
There was inserts that you can get 1 in every 4 packs, or inserts you can get 1 in every 24 packs.
Right.
And those did well. But you were essentially just getting the same cards over and over and over. There was nothing that was numbered, nothing stamped, nothing parallel, no hollow foil, none of all that, none of that stuff. And there was only one release. There was 91 score, and that's all there was, 91 score until you hit 1992.
Right.
Then it'd be 92 score. Now you have so many different releases, and it's different variations. There's different technology that goes into the cards. There's different chases with every set. So I think that's what really separates it. You can't really compare it.
Right.
Because you're not comparing apples to apples.
Right. I mean, actually, one of the reasons the grading cards got started was
because it was the way to separate a rookie card from the same rookie card. And if you got a 10 on it, then that would be essentially short printing it.
Yeah, Jeff actually makes a good point. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't as many sets as there was now, but there was score selects, finest, playoff, Fleer Ultra. There was more.
There was, but I'm talking about even so if you in the late 80s, even into the early 90s, I think they did have more sets, but it was 92 and later.
Yeah.
But if you go like 1990, they had like 1990 Donruss. They had 1990 Score, 1990 Fleer, 1990 Tops, 1990 Pinnacle.
Right. And that's why some of those Tiffany sets do well, because those were only through the mail and they made less of them.
Yeah.
So,
but you wouldn't be able to go get a pack of the Tiffany. It was sold in a complete set.
last call, guys. We're getting we got to do a break. So I might be off the hook. We're what, $40 away? $40 away. I eat this chip. It's the hottest chip known to man. It says one deadly black tortilla chip.
Somebody donate. Doug really wants to do it. Like,
I want
Max put in 5, so we're at 35 away.
35 away.
Doug really wants to do it. I don't know why he wants to do it, but he really wants to.
I just want to see if we can get $100 for Kobe, and then I want to prove to myself I can do it. So.
I know.
You absolutely can do it.
Once it goes into your mouth, there's nothing else you can do.
Back, huh?
Yeah, there's no coming back. Because even if you spit it out at that point, you're still going to be in pain.
All right, show everybody the box, Doug. One chip challenge.
He's going to be in pain. Make Doug be in pain. Break him down. Break him down.
This is for Kobe.
You want to see a grown man in tears? Is that what it says?
Foundation.
Let me see what it says.
Look how it comes in. It comes in a. Look at that.
Made with Carolina Reaper pepper, created for the sure pleasure of intense heat and pain.
I mean, look at that. Look at that pack it comes.
Mouth on fire, short-term loss of speech, impaired vision from tears, extreme profanity.
We could. We're still gonna donate the money that you guys put in here. Obviously, that's already come in. We could extend it to next week's show, and then TJ could do it with you too if he wants to.
Ooh, okay. We might be able to do that.
Yeah.
We should be able to get $40 next week. Easily.
Yeah, for sure. We're already up to whatever it is, 65.
Let's. It's like a training session for Doug, because then he can do it with TJ next week as well.
It's a one and done. It's a one and done.
That's why I was adamant. I was on the fence. I was like, I don't want to do the whole chip again because I've done it.
TJ would be doing it, but he is he's not here today.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, well, why don't we do that? That's a good idea. We can raise some more money.
Yeah.
And we're going to make you guys wait.
Unless
you guys are going to be bumped.
Unless
we have an angel investor.
Unless somebody just comes in and just does like the bam.
Just bam.
Bam.
So, yeah, so maybe we get some more legs underneath this. And then TJ can do it with me next week, and I won't be the only one crying on camera. So, I know. I'm going to leave you guys with a little tease, but we'll do this next week. We'll also have the Tops conference to talk about because we'll be there, and we'll be back by then. So,
that's right. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Pulling fire after eating fire, Justin says.
Ooh, we got another 5. Where we at? Where we at?
We need $30 more.
$30 more. Can we do it in 2 minutes? $30 in 2 minutes. If we don't do it, then it'll be a double challenge. We'll bring TJ into the mix.
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
He's currently celebrating his wife's birthday at a Indian casino. So
nice.
He's not,
Gratin.
He's not here today.
Gratin. Oh, Gratin's fun.
Gratin.
I tried to go
$5.
I got 5.
25 more bucks, guys.
I'm starting to sweat now. I'm starting to sweat, guys. Starting to think. Chris.
Nobody wants to let it go. Don't let it go. 2 minutes. Let's see. 1 minute.
How many teams do we got left in select?
That's a good point.
One team left.
One team left. Okay, well, what happens first?
Does the team sell out or
Titans? Last spot, Mojo.
Thanks, James.
This is just to remind you guys. This is a picture of Shaq doing the hot chip challenge right there.
Was it the same chip?
Yeah.
Oh, Shaq did it?
She was crying on TV. It was hilarious.
I don't know about that, man.
Dude, and he's from Louisiana, right?
He is.
Grew up with some there's really hot food in Louisiana.
There's more hot food down here.
No, there isn't. Not in Northern California, known for the hot food.
Yeah, culture. We got a lot of culture out there. Earn your spot on Packy's Wall of Infamy.
Paki.
There's only 20 calories too. So.
Dude, actually, there's not much in it. There's no sugar. Yeah, not much sodium.
Yep. They try to give you that full effect.
It's kind of
you boys.
It sounds like it because there isn't a lot of sodium and a lot of other stuff. It probably doesn't taste very good.
How does it taste, C-Rad?
There's no taste. It's just hell.
Really not selling me on this right now. I was really confident. Now I'm starting to get a little scared.
There's no.
C-Rad's all, you know, he's like, you know how nacho cheese Doritos taste? Yeah, nothing like that.
1,000% the other way around.
Like nothing.
How about just like eating a straight jalapeno?
It's nothing like Cool Ranch.
It's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit you a lot harder than a jalapeno.
Is there a chance I throw up?
If you spew into this.
No, so I did it with 6 of my friends. None of us threw up. So.
And you got a friend who did 2 of them.
I had a friend that did too.
Oh, $2 though.
$2.
So what are we at?
$23.
$23 away?
Yeah. The Titans just sold and we're sold out now too. So.
Oh.
Time to break.
Time to break. All right, so we'll definitely get it done next week.
You guys will see it next week.
And
Plus, you know what? It'll be more fun for you guys to watch because TJ said he was down to do it too. So you guys get to watch 2 guys, for the price of 1.
How much are we at?
$23.
$23 left. Can't do it. It doesn't count if it's in house. Actually, did. C-Rad already did it.
Uh-oh.
All right, guys, that's it. That's it for today's show. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out on Instagram. MojoBreak_com on Instagram.
I think Dan's going for it.
Let's take a very long time.
Dan doesn't have his credit. Dan doesn't have his CVC number on him.
All right, so we're gonna wait till next week.
Dude.
Two guys in 1 chip. All right.
2 dudes for the price of 1.
You didn't do it, huh?
I tried. I don't have my credit card
All
on
right.
me.
Long Arm says I have your CVC number.
You got saved this week, Doug.
Yeah, we'll do it next week, and I'll make sure I have some milk in the house.
So tune in next week, guys. It's gonna be an episode to remember.
Yep, we'll leave you on a little teaser. So, all right, guys, we'll see you guys shortly for Select. Peace.
Peace, guys.